Hey everyone, and welcome to Slowpoke Racing with me, Mark, and we are here with the Ultimate Racing League for our Wednesday challenge. We are in the Porsche GT3, and as you can see by that big sign there, slightly covered by the lights, we are at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. More about that in a second. Just before I crack on, I do want to say a massive shout out to Dubby for joining us this year's season as our sponsors. Dubby are the energy drinks for gamers. If you head over to their website, it's dubby.gg, and if you enter the code URL7, you can get yourself some discount on their products. So do head over and check them out at dubby.gg, and it's great to have you all on board, guys. Also, I cover the League 2, as you may be aware if you've been here before. We do have a League 1, and if you want to see what's going on in that league, if you head over to Sean's YouTube and that's Shaggy at Mystery Inc. Racing. He covers the League 1, guys, and there's some great racing to be viewed over there. So do head over and check out Mystery Inc. Racing for the League 1, guys. So on with this one. We're going to have a quick rundown of the league table, and as you can see, Brian is just forging ahead on 280 points. Hodgie not that far behind on 257. Declan in third on 245. Graham in fourth on 211, and Stealth is in fifth on 204. So with including this one, 4 rounds to go, there is still a lot of points up for grabs, so all to play for. It's been a great season so far. Unfortunately, we're down on numbers on the grid today, but that's for various reasons, holidays, technical reasons, etc. But I'm sure we're in for some great racing anyway. What we'll do is let's just have a quick look at the track, shall we? As I say, we are at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. This is Brian Moncani's home ground, so expecting great things from Brian. Very famous track. It is part of the F1 calendar, hosts the Belgium Grand Prix, has done for many years. Famous for the Eau Rouge, not sure how you pronounce it, but it is the uphill kind of chicane bit, very fast part of the track. There are traps and hazards and technicalities all around this track. It 4.3 miles and 20 turns, so yeah, it's up for some great racing from these guys today. So we will go down the grid order. They've been out and done their qualifying. Just incidentally, unfortunately, Shaggy has been given a qualifying ban and a 1 race ban. This is for a total of penalty points throughout the season, so he will be serving those today. So unfortunately, Shaggy's going to have to sit in the pit lane while the guys are out there doing the qualifying, and he's not going to be taking part in race 1. So we shall run down the grid order after qualifying. So let's have a walk down the grid, shall we then, in preparation for race 1. We shall just get down here. So in pole position we have Brian there on the left. Second is Declan. Third is Hodgie. Fourth is Firepower. Fifth is the Big Mac. 6th is Stealth. 7th is Slowpoke. 8th is Graham, and in 9th is Nath. And as we've already said, unfortunately, Shaggy serving a qualifying ban, so he's going to have to sit this one out in the pits. Okay, so let's get this race underway, shall we? We've got 3 lights on already, so let's get these lights out, and Brian can take us through and into the first corner. Which is where we're on the 24-hour layout, so the actual grid start is a bit further around the corner. We normally start before the source, which is turn 1. but on the 24-hour layout it puts you after turn 1, so you're actually straight into Rouge, up onto Raddy and onto the Kemmel Straight. There your first few turns. So Brian just taking us through Lacombs, turn 7, 8, 9, nice and smoothly, already trying to look at opening a gap from Hodgie. If we run down the order, everybody's got in. As I say, unfortunately only 9 of us on track, as Nath unfortunately goes very, very wide there at Brussels. It's very easy to do. There's as you've just seen there, there's some sort of AstroTurf stuff, and if you get your wheels on there, that'll throw you off as well. But somebody who's not having any kind of trouble with that is Brian, already starting to stretch away from the rest of the field as he goes around Stavelot, heading towards Blanchimont. So a bit of a battle going on between Big Mac and Stealth, it looks like, back there. Is it? No, it was Stealth and Declan. I apologise. Firepower just sitting there, so Stealth and Declan fighting it out for 4th and 5th. Firepower just sitting behind them, just waiting for that mistake. We know how twitchy these cars are, and mistakes are going to happen, I'm sure. But Stealth managing to hold Declan and Firepower. Got quite a few cars backing up now. Stealth on, Declan on the softs. I was going to say Stealth, but I do know Stealth likes to run the mediums early. So Declan will have tyre advantage, as Declan makes a dart up the inside of Stealth and gets it done. I think Stealth went a little bit wide, but as I say, Declan with tyre advantage takes that 4th position. Firepower also makes a move on Stealth. He's on the softs as well, as they both head towards Rouge. Firepower, quite rightly so, just backs out of that one. You don't want to be going too wide up there. Slowpoke just behind Firepower on the mediums. He finds himself on the outside though, just behind Stealth. Now, can he get this done? Will Firepower give him the room? He does. And Slowpoke just goes through, so Firepower unfortunately down to 7th. He's got Graham all over the back of him as well. Let's just go on board with Firepower as we go through Stavelot, or Stavelot. Again, I apologise for my pronunciations. In fact, I'm not even at the right turn, am I? That's Brussels. So Firepower trying to chase Slowpoke down. Graham right up behind him as well. So I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time before Firepower takes that 6th position back. Stealth just ahead as well. So let's just go back up quickly to our race leader, Brian Moncani. As you can see, he's opening up quite a gap already. He's running the racing softs, and with this being his home track as it was, then I would expect him to know it very well, and it looks like he does. Hodgie in 2nd, doesn't look like he's under any pressure at all, does it? Nearest to him is the Big Mac. Everybody spreading out a little bit. Declan creeping up to the back of Big Mac. These cars fitted with the DRS, the drag reduction system, so if you can get into the slipstream, that really does come into play. So what's happened there? So Firepower's now 5th, so let's happen to slow. Let's have a look. So Firepower was down in 7th with Slowpoke 6th and Stealth 5th. Oh, there you go. Off onto the gravel as we go around Stavelot onto Blanchimont. So that's Slowpoke down to 8th. Firepower moves up to 6, so he's now looking to get past Stealth through turn 8, heading towards the bus stop chicane for the second time. The brake disc glowing red hot as they're trying to slow them cars, and it looks like Stealth got a reset. Let's just go back and see what happened with Stealth. He's desperately trying to get that car to slow down, goes off track, and then for some strange reason he was given a reset. So that's dropped him down to 9th. That's allowed Slowpoke and Graham through. So I was unfortunate for Stealth. He didn't really do a lot wrong there. He just overshot the turn a little bit. So I'm not sure what the reset was about. But there you go. Stealth's back on it again, already pushing Slowpoke as they head towards Eau Rouge. Onto the Camel Straight. Now this is where the DRS comes into play. So we're on board with Stealth. He's got that DRS activated. No, couldn't quite do it. Just couldn't quite get it done there. I think it's the medium tyres slowing him down. So let's have a look what's happening here then. Brian Moncani has managed to pick up a penalty, although it's not really going to affect his track position. He is quite a way in front, a good few seconds in front, so that half a second's not really going to harm him. Hodgie in second, the Big Mac not that far behind, and Declan not that far behind him, and the Big Mac has picked up a penalty as well. Listen to them tyres scream and complain as they're going around these turns. Now the Big Mac, you can see the penalty bar slowly as he runs wide as well and gets onto that AstroTurf. Then the brakes get slammed on because of the penalty, and that was always going to end in disaster. These cars, you can't slam your brakes on while turning the wheel, and that's exactly what's happened to Big Mac. He's got himself on the AstroTurf. He ran wide, got onto the AstroTurf, which means the car is now all out of sorts. Here we go, there. Now, because the car's then turning as he tries to get back on track, he hits the penalty zone, the brakes get slammed on, and that's what's throwing him off. Lucky though, I say lucky, he's had a kiss with barrier that's kept him facing the right way. He does lose the spot to Declan though, and drops him down to 4th. He's now got firepower all over the back of him. As we approach the bus stop chicane, you have to be careful of that inside bump. That will throw you out. So firepower now putting a challenge in on the Big Mac. Big Mac taking the defensive line down the inside. Firepower's going to have to go around the outside unless he gets the cut back. No, he didn't. In fact, Graham has managed to get on the inside of Firepower, so Graham's putting the challenge in now. Graham just slots behind Firepower again as they go up through Eau Rouge into Radion and then onto the Camel Straight. So Graham is probably thinking if he gets the DRS activated and he can get close enough, he may be able to make a move on Firepower before they get to Lacombs. He's not close enough. Oh, he's just about got that car slowed down. These things are a real handful. If you don't take that DRS off before you get to the turn, they are so difficult to get slowed down, especially on medium tyres. Somebody who isn't struggling is Hodgie. Declan is about a second or so behind, I would say, sitting comfortable in third. Then we've got the Big Mac in fourth, having a good race. Is the Big Mac. He's had a few disasters just lately, but he seems to be doing a grand job in this race. We are just coming up to 9 minutes of this first 15-minute race, so about 6 minutes left. So 5 Power in fifth still. He's having a fantastic race. I do know he likes this track. Many people like this track. It is, I must admit, it is in my top 3, although you wouldn't believe it the way I drive it. So Graham in 6, everybody spreading out a little bit. The nearest fight we've got, I think, is between Slowpoke and Stealth for that 8th, 7th and 8th. Unfortunately, Stealth looks like he's picked up a penalty. Both these guys are medium tyres as well, so that would explain why they're at the back. And then Nath also running the medium tyres down in 9th. So let's just go back up mid-pack to see if we can find a battle that's taking place, and at the minute there's not. Brian is just out on his own having a bit of a practice lap, it would seem. Hodgie in second. Declan's there and thereabouts, but he's not close enough to put him under any pressure at the minute. The Big Mac got a few scars on that car already. He just like to use all of the track and a little bit more, doesn't he, Big Mac? That's what that penalty's for. So Firepower will probably take that 4th spot away from the Big Mac now when he serves that penalty. A great shot of the scratches and bumps and dents on that Porsche. The mechanics will be cussing and cursing, I'm sure, in the garage when they see that shot. What's it going to be for a new front wing and a bumper? About 10-15 grand, I think, on these cars. So the Big Mac about to serve the penalty, and as I say, you have to keep the car straight because the brakes do get slammed on. So let's just see what happens to the Big Mac there. Oh, he's managed to keep it straight now then. Has Firepower got through? It looks like he has. Firepower on the inside and takes that 4th position away from the Big Mac because of that penalty. So well done to Firepower. Just very patient, just sat behind him, knew what was going to happen. Graham in 6th. Still got Slowpoke in 7th. Stealth in 8th. And Nath down in 9th. Nath has picked up a penalty. That car looks very well battered and bruised as well, doesn't it? Been a few kisses with barrier by the looks of it from Nath. And somebody whose car looks in showroom condition though is Brian Moncani. He's got 3 minutes before his first victory of the day. This race is a late morning race. We do have one later on in the evening, and then we've got a twilight one scheduled. But Brian doing a good job so far. Now Declan has got right onto the back of Hodgie now. So let's go on board with Declan as we try and make a move on Hodgie as he pulls alongside him at Brussels. Can't quite get it done. Hodgie goes defensive. Now then, Declan is desperate to take that spot away from Hodgie, isn't he? He is all over the back of him. Now he needs a good exit here, stay off of that AstroTurf on the left as we go through onto Blanchimont. Foot to the floor. Oh yeah, he's had to lift as we go through turn 8 and we head down to 18, sorry, as we head towards the bus stop. Oh, and Hodgie has made a mistake, he's overshot the corner. Wow, let's just go back and have a look at that. I'm sure Hodgie will appreciate seeing this again. As we approach the bus stop, I think he's just a little bit late on the brakes, couldn't get that car slowed down, ran wide, and that's allowed Declan through. And I'm sure Hodgie will be saying a few choice words in that car. He'll be kicking himself for that. Now with 1 minute left, so this is going to be the last lap. So if Hodgie wants that second podium spot back, he's got some work to do as we head up through Eau Rouge onto Radion for the final time of this race. We'll just go down the order and see what's happening. Firepower still in 4th, the Big Mac in 5th. Graham, he's had a good steady race. There's Graham on the mediums as well in 6th. Then we've got Slowpoke in 7th. Stealth is in 8th, and Nath still down in 9th. Brian, though, our race lead, is way out in front, has just left everybody behind. So this is where the fight is. Oh, Declan just seems to be pulling a bit of a gap then between himself and Hodgie. So as long as he keeps his cool and keeps the car on track, Declan should take 2nd position. Firepower looking very comfortable in 4th, the Big Mac 5th, Graham 6th, Slowpoke, Stealth, and then Nath finishes in 9th. So Brian Moncani is going through Blanchimont for the last time in race 1, down towards the bus stop chicane. Nice and easy does it, and across the line for win 1 of race 1, and a flash of the lights to celebrate from Brian Moncani. Well done to him. Declan, I bet he couldn't believe his luck when Hodgie overshot that corner, and Declan nearly did exactly the same thing but manages to get round. So Declan takes 2nd, with Hodgie coming in a very close 3rd. Still got to be pleased with that, he's on the podium. Firepower is going to make it in 4th. He is, the Big Mac 5th, Graham 6th. Slowpoke's going to bring it home in 7th, with Stealth in 8th, and as I say, Nath in 9th. So that was race 1. I hope you can join me for race 2, which will be coming along very shortly.